Lead quickness. You gotta be kidding me! Sowers all by himself!
Welcome to Emo Lacrosse, where we talk everything field lacrosse, a drama-filled last weekend with the PLL. I'm also doing a new format. Let me know how you like this below. Give me a comment on which MVPs you think should be considered so far in the MVP race, and also your own rankings and how you do them. Remember, these rankings are more based off resume and not as much of power rankings, but a little bit of power in this. The face-off, I'm going to address the face-off in another video. Definitely a huge factor, and cool to see how the strategy has been playing out. Also, there were tons of injuries. It was a really weird week because of the World Championships. There were many players who were not available to play. Number 8, I've got the Chrome. So the Chrome were very sloppy. From the first possession, no offensive production. And listen, I'm not gonna blame this game on the Chrome getting out-schemed or outsmarted on these face-offs by the Water Dogs. I'm going to blame it on their offense because they turned the ball over. They had opportunities, and Dylan Ward played an incredible game, but they just had no offense. And the defense was able to keep the Water Dogs in check and in reach despite having JT Giles-Harris and Jesse Bernhardt both out. So that's what I got on the Chrome. Number 7, the Atlas. Totally the opposite. Last 2 games, the Atlas have allowed 19 goals in each game. This defense simply will not fly in the PLL. Heck, it won't fly in youth leagues. You cannot have a team in lacrosse allowing 19 goals a game in just in 2 games. Now, overall the season, the defense, it feels like, has been getting a little bit worse in terms of points, but as a whole, they're still one of the top defenses in the league in terms of getting scored on. That's never a good statistic to have. Offense, I'm not worried, and I'm not going to blame this game on getting out-schemed or outsmarted at the face-off dot. I think that you should really more be pointing towards the defense. Number 6. Now, this is where there's a little bit of flaw in when it comes to the power ranking or more of the schedule and what you've done and how I've been ranking these teams, but I'm going to make an exception for the Whip Snakes. They only have 1 win, and their 2 losses come against the Atlas and the Chrome. So horrible, horrible losses. But they upset the Redwoods in a really fantastic game, and they looked formidable and looked like a totally different team against the Archers. I know it's really weird to have them at number 6. If you wanted to move them down under the Atlas and the Chrome, I would say, okay, that is totally fair. And I know that I said this isn't as much of a power ranking, and I'm kind of power ranking the Whip Snakes above here, but I do think that the Whip Snakes are still a very good lacrosse team, whereas the Atlas and the Chrome just have so many holes. Okay, number 5, the Cannons. So far for me, kind of one of the stories of the league this season, because the Cannons, starting off at the bottom of the league, I think a lot of people expected them to be really bad. Offensively, after losing Lyle Thompson, one of the greatest lacrosse players living today on this planet, got 14.8 goals per game, shooting at 32.7%. Only losses to the Chaos and the Archers, only wins, however, over the Atlas and the Chrome. So I'm waiting for some games to separate them out from this middle of the pack in the PLL, but I do think the middle of the pack is where they belong, while they still are a dangerous team. Improving defensively for me and offensively, they've looked the part. Number 4, Chaos. Chaos are weird because in the 2 games where they have their full roster healthy and ready to go, they look like the best team in the league. But the 2 games without, they lose. So the Chaos are weird. No Blaze, no Jack Rowlett this past weekend, and they lost. I have them at number 4, but I totally understand if you could move them up or wanted to move them up. And I totally respect that opinion if you have that opinion. Number 3, the Water Dogs, a team that's getting the job done while it's kind of been close a couple of weeks. I think that they've shown improvement, and Dylan Ward was somebody who I thought showed improvement. They mentioned this in the broadcast that sometimes it takes a guy like Ward or somebody moving from the box game to the field game a little time to adjust to the field game, or vice versa. That's perfectly understandable. Ward played a fantastic game and looked more like the MVP type caliber, championship caliber Ward that we've seen in the past. Michael Sowers also played an incredible game where it looked like he was moved around more. After the USA Championship, I think the Water Dogs may have taken some notes and seen that you don't just have Michael Sowers, dodging from X every single possession to initiate your offense. You can move him around, sub him on, and really, really get the defense to focus on him so he can distribute and open up your offense and get him some more looks. Number 2, the Redwoods. This is the Ryder Garnsey show. When all things are lost, Ryder Garnsey will find the back of the net on ground balls, on triple teams, on double teams. Ryder Garnsey has been nothing short of creative and fantastic, and he's been so fun to watch. Rob Pennell has also been great, and we saw more production from the midfield, which has been one of my criticisms of this offense, although they are night and day difference from the offense we saw from the Redwoods last year. The defense still looks good, but the offense has taken massive strides with John Grant Jr. coming in and totally reshaping them. Number 1 are the Archers. The loss to the Chaos didn't look great, but they've got the best record. They still have an all-around fantastic team. And this is an Archers team that, again, was challenged by a good Whip Snakes team, able to pull that one out. This is my number 1 championship contender right now. We'll see if they can figure it out, though, in the playoffs. Kind of a postseason is where the Archers have struggled a little bit. So I'm excited to see where the rest of this season goes. Let me know your feelings on my rankings and your rankings down below. Thanks for watching EMO Lacrosse. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you love field lacrosse.